Yeah, everything that could go wrong did go wrong. What's going on, everybody? We're back with another video. Getting a little late start on today, but we spent most of this morning going and getting parts. Been waiting for the parts store to open back up after Christmas. Had a bunch of stuff to get, but Dad is working on getting the ductwork in. We got the radiator set in there. Working on building all that ductwork. Big old pain in the butt to do all that, but that's what he's up to. I am making a leg brace for myself. I've been working on right here. What that is, I mean, I'm sure you know what a leg brace is, but what it is just this little piece right here, so that when I'm sitting in here, I've got something to rest my leg against while I'm driving, or, you know, if you wreck or something, you've got something to pad your leg when you got long legs like me. So that is what we're up to today. We'll record here in the next few days, probably kind of like the last video. It'll probably be several days put together, but y'all stick around. I appreciate you guys watching as always. Hopefully get a good amount done on the car this weekend. We'll see how it goes. Alright, before I take it back out to put padding on it, I just want to show y'all my leg board. As with anything that I do for driver comfort, it was a pain in the butt to do, but finally got it in there. All the holes drilled and whatnot. It's pretty tough when you're 6'5" trying to get all the way down in the foot box to drill holes, but we got it. So got the left side one in there, or the right side I mean, and the left side getting ready to take back out and put padding on. So alright, Dad has obviously got a lot more done than I today. He's sitting here working on the ductwork still. Just about done. I think it is all but done now. Shy of popping all that stuff in and getting it taped up. Oh, and he's going to cut a little port right there for cleaning purposes. But other than that, it's about done. Yeah, still a lot to do, but almost done at the same time. Got a lot more done than I did, so.
cutting this. Let me have it.
I can do it.
It's gonna look like, right, it's gonna look like
File it out though. I'm gonna file it even with the top of that. So I've got room to make it smooth again.
Give me the green ones.
That's kind of what I was thinking I needed, so I didn't take that up.
Okay, it is now the next day, and we are flushing out the radiator so that this one will not blow water off in the shop floor through the pop-off valve like the other one did. Okay, we hadn't recorded too much today because it's been one of them days where you kind of feel like you're chasing your own tail. But Dad went to the parts store, so that we could run our water lines from our water neck to the radiator and to the motor and all that. Well, we got 3/8 fittings because that right there is a 3/8, but then up.
I didn't get fittings because I didn't have them.
Oh, okay, so he didn't even get fittings. I guess you just got the 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so, well, he was going to get fittings for the back of the motor and the front of the motor to run water, and he said that they didn't even have fittings, so he just got the 90s, so you would put the fitting in there, and then the 90 would, you know, turn it 90 degrees. But like I said, those back there are 3/8. Well, these up here are 1/2 inch, so we don't have the right stuff to do that. Our water neck is so tall right here, and the body is so low that our breather that goes over the carburetor would get into it if we had it on there. So we're going to have to change the water neck, and then got some stuff to do the fuel cell, but no, I didn't get anything to do the fuel cell specifically, but we were working on it. And this deal, so right now that's just a cap that goes down, you know, you open it and it's just a hole straight into the fuel cell. Well, like what we do on those cars, or what we did on that car and that car, what pretty much everyone does is you run a neck right there and either run it out to the quarter panel, or, you know, run it right here, or whatever. You have a neck that comes off this and goes somewhere so that you can fill it. Well, we don't have a neck for this one. We took an old fuel cell that we had and took the neck off it. Well, it had to be cut to fit down in there, so we cut it and then realized that the bolt pattern does not line up. It looked like it did, but it did not. And so now we have kind of just been going in circles. We hadn't really got a whole lot done because everything's been wrong or a pain in the butt to do, and just hadn't been able to get a lot done. So we had planned on having this car on scales and starting to do, you know, setup type stuff, but by Saturday, but I don't know if we're going to do that now.
Next Saturday, not this Saturday.
Oh, next Saturday. Either way, today has been a little bit of a setback, so that's a bummer, but it is what it is. We will still get it put together. It'll just take us a little more time because we got to go get some parts. Well, what a day. We hadn't really got anything done to speak of. I mean, drive shaft is put in there now. Mufflers on the exhaust, still got to cut it and get some clamps and whatnot. We pulled the water neck top off of an old water neck from Dad's super late model days and put it on there, and it's tight, but it's in there. And Dad lost his religion trying to drill and tap 2 holes on this bar so that we can get a regulator on there. But we did that, and it's gonna work. It's gonna be like a water neck. It's gonna be tight, but it'll work. So just one of them days where just wasn't a good day to work on a race car, I guess.
Went wrong.
Yeah, everything that could go wrong did go wrong, just about. But tomorrow is another day, so we will get back after it tomorrow. We're still pretty much putting the finishing touches on this thing as far as building it goes, so you figure something would start going wrong eventually. But like I said, we're close to being done, so once we get past these few little bumps here at the end, we'll be done building wise, and we'll just start setting up and whatnot. I feel like it hopefully will be downhill from there, so I guess we will catch back up with y'all tomorrow. Okay, it's now the next day. We've been working up here for a little while, but I just now got the camera out. Dad has been working on getting the wiring all put in and whatnot, or finished up anyways. Getting the battery in there, running all the wires to it. Car has power now. Nothing has shorted out yet. I've been getting my radio harness put in, belts put in. I set my leg board off in there. You can't really see it, but like I said, I think that turned out pretty nice, pretty professional myself. Just finishing stuff done. I mean, we still got a decent amount to do, but like I said, we're nearing the end on it, so just doing all our little odd and end stuff we have left to do. All right, well, we were getting ready to bolt the back glass in, and of course something else goes wrong. We don't have long enough bolts to go through the bottom there, because everywhere else it just has to go through the fiberglass. Right here it's going through sheet metal all the way up under the car. So quick run to Home Depot. All right, so we've now got the spoiler on and all the braces, and we threw the back glass in there and both quarter glasses. Just tried to keep the plastic on the spoiler too, but just to keep it from getting scratched up and whatnot. But obviously that didn't work out so well for the spoilers. But the quarter glass and back glass we're trying to preserve, and then I figure tomorrow we might get the windshield thrown in there and our little filler glass or whatever, vent window, whatever this is, that little piece of shit. Yeah, piece of shit that don't do nothing. So yeah, but yeah, I got some throttle stuff done. I still need to actually bolt my brakes down into the floor. Right now they're just sitting in there with the master cylinder holding them on. Got the throttle, all the throttle stuff hooked up minus the springs. So it was a decent day. We got some stuff done. The brakes had been leaking from the master cylinder, from the reservoir, something right here. Dad says it was from the reservoir. It was leaking. Yeah, it was leaking for like days, and we couldn't figure out where it was coming from, so we got that fixed. So hood pins, we got the hood pins in there. We had some aluminum ones and they wouldn't thread, and Dad was like, oh, they're just aluminum, they suck, we'll get some steel ones. Well, come to find out it was the nuts that were screwed up, so had to kind of, yeah, cheap nuts. Kind of chased our tail on that one for a second. Well, we got the hood pins in there, so like I said, it is not lacking much at all at this point. Got my shoulder belts thrown in there. I was waiting until we cut the glass out to be able to reach back in there and secure them to that roll bar. So we got them in there. So like I said, overall, pretty productive day. So with that, I'm going to end this video here. If you've watched all the way through, I appreciate you. It means a lot. For those of you who are new here, be sure to subscribe. Like I said, we've got a whole series building this race car. This is a race car that we have built in our own shop on that jig right there that has a bunch of trash on it now. But we've built this entire chassis from the ground up, just me, my brother, and my dad. And here we are about 9 weeks later, and it's almost ready to go to the racetrack. So if you haven't seen the other videos, be sure to go check them out. If you have, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and we will catch you in the next one.